In today's episode of Scale Your Sales podcast, I'm going to review the last 40 episodes from 201 to episode 240. And I'm not going to talk to you about every single episode, otherwise we'll be here for the next 2 hours, but really just pull out some of the differences and highlights. So when we talk to a founder, I'm not going to talk to you about all the other founders, or when we talk to a sales leader, a CRO person, or anyone that has a different perspective. I really wanted to share in this review the variety of guests that we have. We're always talking about sales, but we come at it from different angles. So I hope you're going to enjoy this review. We explore the ever-evolving world of sales, uncovering insights, strategies, and stories from industry experts. Welcome to Scale Your Sales podcast, your ultimate destination for unlocking the secrets to sales excellence and growth. Now, I am Janice B. Gordon, the customer growth expert, and today I'm going to immerse you in the wealth of wisdom shared by many of our esteemed guests. I am Janice B. Gordon, known as the customer growth expert. I use my 20 years of business and sales and customer experience and leadership to unleash hidden potential and accelerate revenue growth by investing in customer alignment and buyer engagement. I'm listed as the top 50 thought leader and influencer on customer experience, 150 women B2B leaders you should follow, LinkedIn Sales 15, one of 15 innovative influencers to follow, and recently the Rev Tech Strategist Award of 2024. I'm a consultant, international speaker, educator, and facilitator, author of Business Evolution, Creating Growth in a Rapidly Changing World, and co-author of Heels to Deals, How Women Are Dominating B2B Sales. So we're starting at episode number 201, where we sat down with John Nicholson, the MD of Sales, Marketing, Customer Experience and Digital at Royal Mail. Now, I met John at the Institute of Sales Professionals, and he did some research and talked about the 4 generations that are in his workforce, but really talked about from baby boomers to Gen Z, the impact that having a multi-generational team has on sales success, and how it's important to really work in the environment of a diverse environment. So I wanted him to delve into deeper about this, because this is something sales leaders are facing. So then I spoke to Tatiana Govnova, and she's the head of sales from Jarbo. And this is in episode 202. And she shared her experiences of managing a team in challenging times. Now, Jarbo is based in Kiev, Ukraine. Yeah, that's right. And so it's really interesting, some of the experiences that she talks about, but even so, still managing to deliver the excellent experience and to her customers. So that's a really interesting episode, because many of us think in sales we suffer challenges, but if you're in the middle of being bombed, that's a challenge. So Roy Samuels, the founder of Connect Ed, and talked about his founder story in episode 208. Now, emphasizing the dynamic relationships between him as a founder, investors, and then the sales and the wider team, and how you're constantly juggling all of these balls. Now, his journey as a serial entrepreneur offers really unique insights into lessons to any manager along with other founders that are in the sales game and growing businesses. Now, I'm going to be jumping around. It's not all every single episode I'm talking about. I'm just picking out different kind of highlights of the variety of guests that we have talking about everything to do with sales from different perspectives, and from enterprise down to kind of startup. So we talked to Dr. Jeremy Nod, who is the Global Director of Growth and Productivity at Lind. Now, he talked about the challenges of traditional sales approaches in episode 209, urging sales professionals to adapt their mindset to effectively engage buyers at every stage of their journey. With over 2 decades of experience, Dr. Node's insights were really game-changing about how to modernize your sales motion. Episode 211 featured Lauren Bailey, founder of Factor 8 and Girls Club. She shed light on closing the gender gap in sales leadership. Now, her smart strategies emphasized on the authenticity and how that resonates deeply in today's evolving sales landscape. Now, this is just the beginning for Scale Your Sales podcast. It's in its 5th year. The 5th anniversary will be in September. But there is a treasure trove of sales insights, experience, and information. Now, whether it's about driving sales success through customer-centric innovation, which is very much about what we talk about on Scale Your Sales framework, also leveraging AI and how that's driving many of the sales insights, but not losing a sense of the humanity in sales, and how we can become better sellers. And by what I talk about, the foundations of sales is making sure you close the gap in your people and understanding what they may be, but also the processes and your customers. And so I have a methodology that you can help you to recruit more successfully sales professionals, but also make sure that you're raising the level of your existing sales team as well by using sales specific, not personality, not behavioral intelligence. All of those are not sales specific, but using sales specific data informed analysis in order to identify the individuals, where their strengths are and their gaps in terms of being the best they can be in sales. So looking at episode 212, this was celebrating the evolution of Scale Your Sales and making the journey, my journey to my version of 6.0. So it's been quite a year. So this was around the Christmas when I had a celebratory reflecting back at my personal and professional journey and the milestones and achievements. And then in episode 213, I shared my advice. This was on Christmas Day, it was released. My advice on really having sales greatness, acquiring sales greatness, navigating the many challenges that we face now and will continue to face, and cultivating the right mindset for sales success that every sales professional should have, and every sales environment should nurture. So it's all about unlocking your future potential for embracing the journey of growth and learning. So hosting Scale Your Sales podcast has been a great honor, because I learn as much from the guests as I'm sure you do too. And I get lots of excellent reviews, not only from the guests that have been on the podcast that have really enjoyed the experience, but also for the many listeners. So please make sure that you listen on iTunes and leave a review. really important to help other people find the podcast. But also I have the video version on my YouTube channel, so make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. But all of this can be found on scaleyourselves.co.uk/podcast. Everything can be found on the website scaleyourselves.co.uk/podcast, so you can access all of the downloads there. So then, drawing on the experience of Formula One racing, my guest offered unique perspective and experience in the sales strategy and the execution of sales. He's founder and managing director of Performance Insights and shares insights in leveraging customer-centric innovation to drive sales success. His name is Mark Gallagher, and his insights driving sales success through customer-centric sales innovation is all in episode 217. Usman Sheikh explores AI-driven insights and evolutions of the sales process. Now, each episode offers unique perspectives into driving sales excellence, but this one in particular, episode 220 with Usman Sheikh, who's the CEO of XIQ, looks at his aim to humanize the sales process by leveraging generative AI and psychology. So in 221, there's reflection on 2023, which highlights the moments that matter most. So I talk to you on camera here about reflecting on the highlights and significant moments, offering my personal insights and reflections, and looking forward into 2024. And then I interviewed in episode 2025, Victor Antonio. Oh, we had a fantastic discussion. He talks a lot about removing objections and boosting confidence in sales. Victor emphasizes the importance of reducing anxiety and uncertainty in sales and addressing objections as well. In his step-by-step approach, offers real value and insights that are applicable beyond the realms of sales. So building lasting partnerships for sustained growth. This is episode 229. Brett King, who's the Senior Director of Revenue at New Breed. And he shares profound insights into servant leadership, cultivating a customer-centric sales culture, and transformative power of partnerships in driving scalable growth. Really interesting conversation into his processes and how he manages his team. So for any sales leader that's looking for real insights into really what others do, this is a great episode for you. And then Cassie, episode 231, Cassie Roper, CRO of Redgate Software, the art of nurturing leadership traits and the power of listening. Cassie Roper delved into nurturing leadership traits and how she goes about doing this at Redgate, and discussing the approaches of enabling their buyers and challenges in promoting top performers. She talked about how she allows her buyers to really investigate the technology before they buy before you try, and how that happens, and the relationship that they build with their buying community, many of which have been with them from the day that Redgate started. I think it's 15 years ago now. So episode 232, Karen Kelly of KS Performance Coaching talks about breaking down the barriers in a male-dominated environment. Karen Kelly addresses overcoming challenges in this environment and emphasizing the importance of self-awareness. Where's your self in all of this? And having purposeful values, confidence, and action in achieving tangible results. And it's very about having your personality, your humanity in everything that you do. In episode 234, Zenith Kuresha, MD of APAC SMA, which is APAC SMA, which is the E-University for Sales, based in Singapore. She talks about maximizing revenue growth through sales enablement. Zenith explores how sales enablement has evolved over the years. We think of where it is now, but thinking of the journey it's going on from really just enabling training to being so much more as it is now. So we talked a lot about how these tools, training tools, are now encompassed in the tools and activities aimed at empowering sales professionals to sell better and contribute to incremental revenue growth. I talked to Mari Hines in episode 236, Mari Hines Consulting and Coaching. She talked about curiosity and intention and mindfulness in sales success, and highlighting the power of curiosity and how we go about doing that to have effective deal management in achieving sales success. Episode 239, Christina Lazangi, who's the VP of Cloudflare for Southern Europe, talking about how diversity drives sales success. Christina shares her journey of overcoming many challenges in sales. And really the thing that stood out with Christina was just her determination, despite what everyone else thought and what was going on, her absolute determination, which created her success in sales, that she shares through speaking, but through her entire team, nurturing her entire team to have that driving ambition and know-how, just instinctual know-how of how to build strong partnerships and finding your niche and applying empathy and problem solving on the go in order to drive success in sales, and really advocating for greater female representation in the industry. Fantastic conversation with Christina there. So from removing objections to boosting confidence in sales, to maximizing revenue growth through sales enablement, or sales strategy, customer centricity, to embracing diversity as a driver for sales success. These insights are absolutely invaluable for every sales professional striving and thriving in today's competitive environment. So I'd like to thank all of my guests over the last quarter, 6 months of Scale Your Sales podcast. Please tune in to the next episodes, but also go back and look at the back catalogue of so many excellent episodes and guests sharing their experience, their knowledge and their insights. There's some great stories that are told there and great lessons to be learned. Now, we'll continue to explore the latest trends and strategies and stories that shape the future of sales. So until then, keep scaling your sales. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Scale Your Sales podcast. If you like this discussion, feel free to listen to other episodes or watch the captioned show on YouTube and subscribe to future episodes. I would really appreciate it if you would leave a positive review on iTunes. Thank you.